people are just falling in line.
I'm so sorry. So
right off the bat, I can't stand this woman. All right, let me just make this very clear to you guys. All right, so I don't want anybody to think that I'm just, you know, saying whatever, or, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like Whoopi. I used to love Whoopi as an actress. Whoopi takes her talking points from whoever gives them to her. Whoopi's probably what, in her 70s. She doesn't care anymore what happens to the country, and she has enough money that if things get so bad, she'll hop on a plane to Ghana and she'll be out of here. Okay, so here we go with the gaslighting and, you know, all of this. What they do, these women get on my nerves. Okay, they really do. But whatever, you know, like, it's the visceral response, right? So let's just go ahead and get into it. And guys, please go ahead and hit the like button. And I know we've only been like 10 seconds into the video, and I'm like, hit the like button, but I just, oh man, all right, let me brace myself so I can listen to this woman talk. All right.
Oh, as it turns out, you know who says he cannot come up with the cash to cover his $400 million plus bond in his New York fraud case. So, is Letitia James like gonna just?
Do you need a tissue?
I don't know if I'm laughing or crying.
Here, put.
It's not even funny though. Like, Whoopi's not even funny anymore. Like, what was that? Like, like what are you doing? So what they're talking about is that Trump has been like sentenced to pay some sort of ridiculous amount of money. Now, okay, I understand. Everybody watching this is not a Trump fan. Okay, that's good. You shouldn't be a fan of any human being. Okay, let's get that out the way, right? I particularly like my life better under Donald Trump presidency, but that's me. But I respect people's feelings. However, in no way would I even laugh if it was Biden. I know somebody listening is like, oh, no, you're lying or whatever. No, I'm not lying. Because what they've done with Trump is that they've said, you have to pay this certain amount of money because the New York fraud case, you know what that is? It's the case where they're saying that he overvalued his properties. And then, and so like that was fraud, some sort of fake RICO, okay? Except for the banks were paid back. I think they were paid back actually earlier than they were expected to be paid back. And also, you know, that's what everybody does. So you have a lot of real estate investors now who are like, oh man, I don't know about New York. Like, they're setting a precedent with Trump, even if I don't like Trump, because not everybody likes him, but they're setting this precedent where it's like, well, I don't know how I'm going to do business in New York because this is what we do. We overvalue our properties. Then it's the bank's job to say, you don't get to have that much, and we still get the amount of money we wanted anyway. So now this is a fraud, and these dummies, okay.
Try to wipe the tears.
I don't see any real tears.
Well, there's tears inside me. But is Letitia James going to go like put a chain on Trump Tower?
Yeah,
and take it away from him?
She said that. He doesn't have the money. Nobody wants to lend him the money in this country anyway. Who knows what's going to happen with Russia and Saudi Arabia, because they know that he doesn't pay his bills back. And obviously he didn't make enough money in that golden sneaker thing or the Trump university or the Trump.
I mean, the fact that years later, like, look at where we are in a country where we are facing all kinds of different wars, and the inflation is up so terribly that, you know, like, look at where we are, and the person, these people, they still want to talk about Trump. This one says, oh, well, they know he doesn't pay his bills back or whatever. He doesn't pay back money. He paid. This is a $464 million bond that came out of nowhere. He already paid the bill on the property. Like, what? Look at these fools. So you see the type of misinformation that happens, lies. I don't even like those words, lies, that happens on the mainstream. Who's even watching The View? But nobody, I really don't think anybody's watching the show, but I do think that they're subsidized in some fashion.
Steaks.
But wait a minute. What
about every
Jared? Doesn't Jared have $2 billion still?
Yes, he does. That he got from the Saudis, but I guess Jared knows.
Just so you know, I'm not a Jared fan, though. That I will say, I'm not. I don't know what kind of dealings Jared had. I'm not a fan. I don't even know why they're bringing up Jared, though. Even if I'm not a fan of Jared, nobody has a random 464 $1 million to lend anybody right now when it just came out of nowhere. Like, that doesn't even make sense what they're saying.
I would say he don't pay his bills, so he doesn't want to give them the money either.
That was surprising to me that Jared is not going to.
But he does pay his bills. You people are something else.
Give him part of his $2 billion cachet that he got, probably only because he worked in the Trump administration. But I will say this, to reiterate, the reason people will not lend him money is because he is notorious for stiffing people that work for him. In 2016, when the Taj Mahal just devolved and just
who loses money
destroyed.
on a casino?
You know why he lost the money? Because he had 3 casinos together, 2 to 3 casinos. His actuary, the accountants, told him they will cannibalize each other. He did it anyway, and then 100 contractors were not paid because of it, and they lost their homes, they lost their businesses, they lost their livelihood. This happened.
So I don't know about this story. I'll have to look into it. Somebody drop a comment, let me know if this is what really happened. I highly doubt it. But because we would have heard about that every day. And I've never heard this story before. Somebody let me know. But I'll look into it too, because I'm sure there's some sort of loophole about this too. And it's not me making excuses, but believe me, if they could have got him for that, they would have. Why didn't they get him for that? That's a real case. If he didn't pay the bill there.
In 2016, there is no way anybody is gonna lend money to him, and I can't wait to see the chains on Trump Tower, actually on Fifth Avenue. I'm like kind of excited about it.
Can we also talk about some of these folks over at Fox News are raging that billionaires are not stepping up to give the money to Trump, and one of them was Mark Levin, somebody who refers to himself as the Great One, so that kind of tells you all you need to know about him, who has a reported net worth of $50 million, but he's not ponying up.
Does?
Yeah, any donation.
Again, I'm not saying that there should be anybody that is going to give the money to Trump. Like I'm like, I don't think that you should have to give Trump money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not insane here. All right. These women, they sit here and they talk about this and they laugh about this stuff when people are going through real problems right now. But anyway,
billionaires don't stay billionaires if they're loaning not billionaires money.
Who will pay it back?
Who will not pay it back. That's how rich people stay rich, by not doling out money. They get everybody else to dole out the money.
So no loan for me, Whoopi?
It sounds dumb. I don't understand. But yo, why does Whoopi sound like the black lady from down the street in the hood or something? I don't understand. That's not how people get rich, by not doling out money. What are you talking about? People get rich because they use money as a tool. What is she saying? She has a lot of money. She should know that she's really playing this role. Like, it's embarrassing to watch. She's so sickening. She really is. Like, I have no other word for her. What is she saying? Wow. And so that's why, again, this show, they just say whatever. It's just a bunch of females just saying what it would do. This show wasn't always like this. The precedent that this sets is bad for the country. It's bad for investors. But hey, go ahead and laugh about it, chicks, because, hey, I guess you think you're doing something good, but you're really not.